You now know what strength feedback is supposed to do. This time we read real examples, and I want you to train your eye, because here's what I've learned about teaching this. People nod along to the principles and then write praise anyway. The fix is pattern recognition. Once you can look at any comment and instantly spot whether it's a compliment or a competency-based observation, you stop writing the compliment. So in every example we look at, narrative or bullet point, I want you hunting for the same three things. Those three things: 1, the timestamp or timestamps, the exact moment in the recording where the behavior happened. 2, the specific behavior named, a concrete observable action the coach took. Not was supportive. What did supportive look like? 3, the competency or marker it connects to, the ICF core competency or behavioral marker the evidence supports. Here's the discipline. No matter the format, every piece of competency-based feedback contains these three. Format changes, the three elements don't. So as we read each example, I'll have you locate all three. When you can do that automatically, you've got the skill. Let's read a narrative example straight from the facilitator guide. The coach held a safe and supportive space for the client to fully explore her story. The coach demonstrated curiosity and worked as an equal partner during this session. Now run our three things. Behavior named, yes, held safe and supportive space, demonstrated curiosity, worked as an equal partner, those are observable. Competency signal, yes, that maps to cultivating trust and safety, to active listening, to evoking awareness. But notice the timestamp. There isn't one in line, and that's allowed in narrative format. What carries this beyond a compliment is the behavioral specificity. It tells the coach what they did concretely, even without a clock reference. Now the same discipline in bullet point form. The header gives us the timestamps, 1334 and 1256, precise moments anchoring each observation. Then 2 bullets. The coach created a safe space for the client to express their thoughts and feelings. And the coach asked powerful questions to assist the client in determining their next steps. Look at why this is competency-based and not opinion. Each bullet names one discrete, observable behavior. Each is tied to a specific moment. And the language maps straight to ICF marker language. It's not the evaluator's mood. Safe space connects to cultivating trust and safety. Powerful questions connect to evoking awareness. Each bullet does one job cleanly. So compare the two formats side by side. Narrative is prose. It flows as a paragraph. It may or may not include inline timestamps, but it still names evidence. Specific behaviors tied to competencies. Bullet point is discrete lines. Timestamps live in the header or inline. Each bullet isolates one behavior. Same discipline, different visual structure. Here's what I want you to take from this. The format is a choice. Write whichever fits the comment. But the difference between a compliment and a competency-based observation does not change with the format. Whichever you pick, your job stays identical. Anchor every statement in observable behavior. There's also a rule about how many strengths you have to name, and it's not optional. Every evaluation must identify a minimum of 2 core competencies as strengths, and a minimum of 2 as development opportunities, the lower scored or weaker areas. But here's the part people underdeliver on. Minimum of 2 is the floor, not the whole requirement. You also have to specify down to the behavioral statements or markers. So 3 steps each time. Name the competency. which of the 8 ICF core competencies. Specify the marker or behavioral statement, the exact point where strong or weaker skills showed up, and anchor it to evidence, the observable behavior with a timestamp where you can. Naming the competency without specifying the marker is only half the work. So pull it together. Every evaluation names at least 2 core competencies as strengths and specifies them down to the behavioral statements or markers where strong skill was demonstrated. Minimum 2 strengths, not optional, every single evaluation. Specified to markers, general praise doesn't satisfy this. Name the actual behavioral statement. And evidence-based always, every strength grounded in observable, time-stamped behavior from the session. Whether you write it as flowing narrative or as crisp bullets, the discipline is the same. Behavior, evidence, competency. That's strength feedback you can stand behind. Next, we turn to the harder half of the work, development feedback, and the 4-part structure that lets you name a gap clearly without it landing as judgment.